It's your boy Brandon Phillips Taylor here with the Crowns Up podcast. Keep your crowns up.
Yo, what's poppin', fam? It's the Kid Professor X. Welcome to another lovely edition of the Crowns Up podcast. You know, the place where you can get the best in hip-hop, faith, and culture, man. We're here to inspire you, to motivate you to be the best king and queen that you were created to be. All right, remember, always, it's the Kid Professor X, but you can follow us at Crowns Up Pod. That's CROWNSUPPOD on all social media. Shout out to everybody who's been watching us on YouTube. If you've been watching like little clips on IGTV, if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Google Play, wherever you can find us, we definitely appreciate it. Please make sure you subscribe, share, tell people about us. If you want to be on the show, slide in my DMs, let me know. Facebook, text me, shoot. Throw a smoke signal, something. Let me know, all right? Because I want you on, and we're going to have a good time. We have a great and phenomenal show today. We're going to get right into it, all right? So my man to the left of me is a brother of mine. I've known him for years. He's a phenomenal producer, writer, lyricist, artist, poet. He's a lover, not a fighter, except when it comes to it, he will throw them hands, all right? He's my Morehouse brother. Holding it down for the A. We got none other than Brandon Phillips Taylor, man. B, what up? Appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Welcome to the show, man.
Definitely.
One thing y'all don't know is that Brandon and I have done music together. We've done a lot together, right? We used to do these shows called Fit for Fridays together. We went to church together. We did a lot. But in one of those moments, I was telling B that, you know, I wanted to do this podcast. And B was like, man, you need to have this idea. He low-key was prophesying to me. You know what I mean? He low-key a prophet. He won't advertise that. But he was low-key prophesying to me. He would tell me like, yo, man, you can have everything in one space. You can have your music on one space. You can have your speaking engagements on one space. You can have a podcast in one space. And you combine them all together. And people come to you like a one-stop shop, man. It could be dope. It's going to be global. And I was, and that stuck with me. You know what I mean? So, B, this is the manifestation of some of the stuff that you said, man.
Hey, I'm proud.
Yo, appreciate it. So, for those that don't know you, B, can you get into telling them about yourself, where you come from, whatever you want to do. If you want to list credentials, you can. Just tell them about, like, who you are.
Brandon Phillips Taylor by day. I negotiate hostage situations. I locate terrorists. I save babies from burning buildings. At nighttime,
all those things.
I make beats and laugh. And, you know, but nah, for real, producer, engineer, writer, you name it, inspirer, person, you know, father, you know, all of that. But I'm for real about the hostages and the terrorists.
Fact. Yo, we need somebody.
Yeah,
we need somebody. All right, cool. So, B, we're going to get straight into what's good with the culture, all right?
Let's do it.
All right, so, if you have not heard by now, there's a lot of shady, messed up things going on in hip-hop culture, right?
Indeed.
And the number one story, numero uno, which we all saw it coming, but
yeah, it's
tragic when you see something that actually happens. We got to talk about Daniel Hernandez.
Oh, man.
A.K.A. Tekashi 6ix9ine, all right?
Yes.
So, if you don't know, 6ix9ine was affiliated with the Non-Trey Blood Gang. Right? You hear him screaming out in all the videos and all the songs, Treyway.
Yeah.
So, the feds, peep game, because they're terrorizing people in New York. They're going around causing a whole lot of problems. And pretty much they use him, you know, it's like a beneficial equal exchange, you know. He gets street cred, they get money to fund their stuff, whatever like that. So the feds get him on racketeering and a whole bunch of other charges. Right? So, he's locked up.
Yeah.
He's in jail. Now we're in trial.
Yeah.
And when Tekashi takes the stand, he starts singing like a canary. Just starts snitching on everybody. Telling everything. He starts calling out Cardi B, Jim Jones. Man. They got Casanova, his manager stuff. I don't know if his manager or his security is an informant. He a snitch too. Man. You know what I mean? And now, I don't know if you heard, B, but now he's talking about he don't want to go into witness protection when he get out.
I did not hear that.
He does not want to go into witness protection.
That's crazy.
He wants 24/7 security.
I don't know if that's
24/7. So I think we got to talk about snitching. in 2019,
Yeah.
is snitching okay? Is Tekashi wrong? You know, he facing 47 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is he wrong for ratting out everybody? Is snitching okay in today's generation? You know, how do you feel about it? What's the word on snitching in today, man?
Well, I'm gonna say snitching is never okay, but I do think it's important to clarify what snitching is. Cause I know a lot of people, they think of snitching as just like, you know, if somebody comes and breaks into your house and you call the police, that's snitching. I think snitching for me is like if you participate and it goes bad, and now you're kind of like, no, y'all gonna come down with me. That's snitching. So usually like if you're a regular citizen of society and you're not, you know, doing anything illegal and something happens, I mean, protect yourself, protect your family, call the police, do what you got to do. If you and somebody else come together, if me and you come together right now and it's like, okay, we're gonna rob this house next door, and then running away, I get caught but you don't, me telling on you that's snitching. And I think overall it's just about the code of like when we came in this, we both knew the risk we were taking.
Right.
You know, and so with that, you coming down or me telling on you so that now you can get locked up and my time is lesser. I don't know, there's just no real honor in that, honestly. And I feel like that's code. So it's kind of like if you're not prepared for that, you probably shouldn't participate in that. I mean, it goes back to like growing up. You know, you do stuff and then like your mom catch you. You just kind of know like, all right, if I'm the one that get caught,
right,
I just got to take that. But if you're like, well, no. But even our parents used to whoop us for that. Like we get caught and mom, you know, she about to whoop us. And you're like, no, but X was in there too, and mom gonna whoop you even harder. Like, why are you telling?
Right,
because you got caught. So I mean, I think it's about you know, manning up to what you've done and being able to sit behind that, especially when you're dealing with things that come with the risk of prison time. Like if you know that going in. I think in the case of 6ix9ine, I think it's a very interesting situation because, like you said, we all saw it coming. Yeah. And so I mean, it's not a surprise that he's doing that because I think we all kind of know that he wasn't really that all along. It was kind of just a mutually beneficial relationship between him and the gang and whatnot. And so, I mean, I feel like, honestly, and I don't want to speak on how people should run their business, but I think that's something that, you know, Trey got to know going in. Like, if this goes bad, he's probably going to tell, you know, because why would he not? Right. So, no, I don't agree with what he did, but at the same time, it was predictable. And so I'm not shocked by it. I did not know he didn't want to go into witness protection. That's crazy. Right. Best of luck to him.
Right. So here's my thing, right? I think that we have to establish some ground rules, right? First of all, I think the concept of snitching comes from street culture. Right. We know that street culture has infiltrated hip hop. Right. Since forever. Right. So if you abide by street culture, you are in total violation. Right. Total violation, right? You knew what you was getting into. Right. Accept the consequences. Man up. Even 50 has disowned this man. And this man was claiming him like he was his son. Like he's a product of his tree. Right. You know what I mean? He's like, no, I don't know this man. You know what I mean? Which is bad when 50 gotta, you know. Yeah, you don't want to be on 50. You don't want to be on 50 bad side, right? So that's one. Right. So yes, there's no honor, there's no integrity. You're not standing up. Right. You know. If you don't abide by street culture and you look at yourself, you're like, 47 years is a long time. That's a long time, He's 24 years old. Right. You know what I'm saying? You go into jail, but you're not coming out till you like at least 50 something. You know what I'm saying? Your life is gone. Right. Shot. You know what I mean? For what? For principles, for people that may not necessarily ride for you the same way. Though that's what you have to weigh in the balance, you know? And so, but then even if we go deeper, it's like, but don't we tell our kids, like, if somebody hits you, you go tell the teacher? Is that or do we tell them, like, you know what I mean?
I think it depends. So I look at it as like, you know, if one of them tell my son, yo, you hit that man back. Right. But if you just sitting there minding your business and somebody come hit you, then all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, let it be known, like, look, I'm not trying to get in trouble, miss, cool. Yeah. But if you're participating in the game where you going around hitting people, and then when you get hit back,
that's violation.
That's violation. Right. And so that's why I feel like once you participate you kind of waive your right to then tell because you're a participant.
Right.
And
It's
so-
not even like you're guilty by association. You are guilty.
You are just you're a participant.
Right.
So it's
right.
like, yeah, you got hit because you're playing the game where you can get hit.
Yeah.
You can't, you know. So that's my thing on that. If you participate, then you kind of waive that right.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely in total violation. Like you said, he wasn't built for it. We knew he wasn't built for it.
Right.
My thing now with the whole witness protection thing is like, are you dumb, son? Like, do you not think that they come for you? And what security is going to protect you
From that
24/7? How much money are you really going to have coming out? You might serve a year. I think he's thinking about he coming out in like 2020 or something like that, right? So, all right. So you come out. My man, I was talking to my man Rich, my coworker. He was saying how like he thinks like his music's still gonna be popping. People still gonna buy into it because this new generation don't honor the same code as we. You know, like we're millennials. You got exes. You got people like Jim Jones. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got Hope. You got all these other people who really like about that life. Like you know what I mean? And then you got Lil Nas X. No disrespect to Lil Nas X or whatever like that. But you got these other people who just like internet. You know, like I'm not game banging. I ain't selling drugs. You know what I mean? It's all good. And he might have a cult following of those people who are like rocking some music. I don't know who's gonna affiliate themselves, or let alone do any collaborations.
Right.
But I mean, if the money is right, somebody might. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Whatever it is, Tekashi, I hope you keep your head up, keep your head on a swivel, dog. I hope your security is tight. I don't know. I think you need to get some wisdom, bro, because I don't know.
He need to go to Arkansas.
He need to go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, if you move somewhere where nobody is there, you know what I mean, you might be okay. But if you still trying to stay in Brooklyn,
Oh yeah, no,
that's not gonna fly. You know what I mean? Last thing, what you been listening to? What music are you bumping? Are you as a producer, like you bump other people's music? Like, how's that work for you? What you been listening to?
Absolutely. Well, of course, I've been listening to Deontay Hitchcock.
Hey, shout out to Deontay.
Then other times I'm listening to Deontay Hitchcock Better coming soon. But the baby just dropped a crazy project.
I saw that. I didn't get to listen to it yet.
That thing going crazy.
Is it heavy? I need to bump it to work.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the baby. Lil Baby has been holding it down for the A for a minute. I've definitely rocked with Lil Baby. Some other people I've been listening to. Who have I been listening to, man? I've actually been diving into like a lot of older like rock stuff just for inspiration. I was listening to Journey.
Yeah.
Don't
Stop Believing.
Some stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think as far as new artists who's catching me. I'm really looking forward to what Danny Lay comes back out with. I was a big fan of her when she came out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to see where that goes.
Okay.
YB and Cordae.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you listened to the project?
Crazy. I think that's my favorite. Earth Gang, here they come.
Right.
YB and Cordae, Earth Gang, both of their projects phenomenal.
Okay.
Obviously Dreamville project.
Of course.
Phenomenal.
Of course.
The baby.
Yeah. Dope. So definitely, if you're not on Deontay Hitchcock yet, go listen to him. Bars, okay? Bars upon bars upon bars. Gotta listen to the baby joint.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
I haven't gotten to listen to Earth Gang yet, but definitely YB and Cordae's is on point. I bumped that a couple of days. Lost Boy. I really like it. You know what I mean? He actually spit. You know what I mean?
He's a rapper.
And I can appreciate. You know me. I can appreciate a good rapper. So that's good. That's good. All right. So next up, we're gonna get into our Crossroads segment. That's where we tackle an issue of faith that millennials deal with. And so we try to talk through, wrestle with something that we're all focusing on as people who are spiritual beings. And so, B, I know, and the people may not know, I know you have a huge spiritual background.
Mm-hmm, of course.
I know, grew up in church, played, and stuff like that. But you're a producer now. You know what I mean? You're in the hip hop world. Y'all are coming up. You're making hits. You're doing big things.
Yeah,
okay. Question for you is, how important is it for you to infuse your faith into your music or your production,
Yeah.
and how do you actually do it? You know what I mean? In a way where it's not corny,
Right.
and people are not just like, because I know you. When I listen to certain chords, I'm like, I know where you get that from. You know what I mean? But like for you, like what's your process like, and how important is it to put that in your music? Is it important?
Yeah, no, well, it's definitely important. I think that, like, when we talk about faith, that's going beyond religion, that's going beyond spirituality. That's really just like something you need as a person to get by. So whether you are, a child worried about that test, or whether you are an adult worried about how you're going to feed your family, whether you are an entrepreneur just trying to get your business going, faith is always necessary. And so because it is everywhere and it's needed everywhere, I think it is always important to, in some kind of way, get faith. Even when we listen to the Futures of the world, if we go back to like when Gucci and Jeezy first came out, like Thug Motivation, motivation being synonymous with faith, everybody still needs that. So everybody needs some voice to be able to tell them like, all right, keep going, it's okay, there's more to it. So I definitely think that it's important. The process in it, I think for me, as a producer, I'm always about like the feeling. Like what type of feeling does this give me? And so like church is great for that because, church is all about these emotional chords that just, you hear that one church chord and it's like, you know how to feel about it. And so, just finding ways to infuse that musically on one end. But also I think with the artists that I choose to work with, they all have some uncanny ability to articulate faith in whatever regard it is for them. And so I think even down to like when me and Deontay are working, it's really about how can we be transparent and let people know that, you have doubts too. You have insecurities too. You second guess yourself too. And then how do you get through that? How do you, especially as an entrepreneur, but especially as, an aspiring artist, producer, anything in entertainment, you're going to need more faith than anything. Because you can be the best out and it doesn't matter. You can have the most money. Don't matter. You can have the best team. It doesn't matter. It's always, I've learned, it requires some type of mystical element to come in and just be like, here you go. Deontay got picked up from a car freestyle. We didn't plan that. We weren't like, oh, the car freestyle's gonna take us out of here. right. We were dropping the song once a week. That was kind of working, but not really. Put out a whole project that worked, kind of not really. And then he raps for 30 seconds in the car off a camera phone.
Right.
And it goes viral. It
goes up.
Right. So I think you just Jay always talks about like, it's about the right beat and it's about the right lyrics and then leaving the door cracked for God to come in. He talked about that in Fade to Black. So I mean, I think faith is necessary in whatever you do, but especially in arts.
So how difficult is it to walk that out on a day-to-day basis? Like you're on tour or you're sitting here in your studio, you know what I mean, and you're just cranking out beats for hours, or you're trying to be a good father, a good friend, like you're in business rooms with executives and stuff like that. How difficult, or is it difficult to actually practice what you preach, to live that faith out? You know what I mean? In the midst of course, we know various temptations, but I'm not even want to focus on the temptations much. Just like for you, like, do you find it like it's a tug of war, it's a 50-50 chance, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Or is it kind of like, tell people like, how do you walk that out practically?
Honestly, man, I think I read something not too long ago in a book by Stephen Pressfield called The War of Art. Not to be mistaken for The Art of War, which is also a good book, but The War of Art. And they talk about how we are not entitled to the fruits of our labor. And that really confused me when I first read it, because it was like, then what am I doing it for?
Right.
And they broke it down, and they were talking about love, and they were saying, if the intention behind you loving somebody is for them to love you back, or if your intention of loving somebody is for them to become something that you have in mind, then that's not love, it's manipulation. Love doesn't attach itself to the fruit of its love, it gives as love. And so I think the same thing with like faith, and what's helped me out is realizing that like, as long as I'm creating with the result in mind, it's always gonna haunt me. I'm always gonna be like, man, is this the beat? Is that the one? Is today the day?
Yeah.
But and Timbaland helped me realize this just because he's all about, you can tell Timbaland really just loves making music.
Yeah.
He just has so much fun with it, and it reminded me like, when I first started this, I had dreams of, platinum plaques and Grammys and being the best ever, but I really started because I really love this. And so when you detach yourself from the outcome, it allows you to have faith in the present, because otherwise you're always gonna, I think, judge your situation by what's happening externally. You're always gonna look at it like, I know I'm the best, but I only got 40 listens on my last YouTube post. And that's gonna stop you because you're looking at it from the fruit aspect of it and not from, I just love doing this, and eventually I'm just gonna keep doing it. And that 40 gonna become 400 and 4,000 and 40,000. So I think it's more so about like faith in the process, faith in the journey, faith in your creator, or or whatever you believe in, or however you identify that belief. It's about faith that none of this is on accident. And I think that's so important. I have to remind myself every day. My kids help me, remember that they're not here on accident. I'm not here on accident. So, this moment isn't here on accident. And so that's what helps me, I think, go through the lower moments where the faith is needed more. Is just remembering that, life is it's an ebb and flow. It's gonna go up and it's gonna go down. And the most important thing you can have is consistency. And but to have consistency, you have to have faith that you're not doing it in vain, and not in vain for a result, but in vain for your purpose. You just know, like, hey, whether I see this reward here, I see it in heaven, my kids see it, however, the world wouldn't be the same had I not done this, had I not been here.
Man. I think that's pretty powerful, man. I think that's dope. I definitely think faith is important in music, and to be able to put that out, even more important in your daily lifestyle. So the fact that you're doing it and you figure out a way to, I think is really dope. You know what I mean? And for those that are watching or listening, I hope that you take away from this moment, like, it's okay for you to practice your faith. Whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, a creative, a person who's just a regular person, you know what I mean? Regardless of where you fall on the spectrum, I think you operating and applying faith is something that's important and significant for you to be able to make it through any day. You know what I'm saying? The 9-to-5ers to the person who can wake up at 11 o'clock, and be off at 2, the travelers, whatever it is, man. Faith is significant, it's important. And clearly be showing you like it could be done. You know what I mean? So appreciate it. So we're gonna get into everybody's favorite part of the show.
All right.
Let's get into top 5. All right.
Top 5.
So top 5 is all about listing whatever the top 5 categories of something what we talk about. Usually it's getting around hip hop, but it could be around life, relationships, money, whatever we want to talk about that's significant in the culture. Because I know that Brandon is from Atlanta.
Of course.
He loves Atlanta. Forever he loves Atlanta.
Yes,
okay. I thought it would be appropriate for us to get into top 5 MCs from Atlanta.
Okay.
Top 5 MCs from Atlanta. Now, we can include those who have migrated to Atlanta and claim Atlanta.
Okay.
You don't have to be born and bred. You don't have to be a Grady baby to be able to be qualified for this. We're also going to include those that are not literally from Atlanta.
Okay.
Those that may be on the outskirts, such as Decatur. You know what I mean?
Decatur.
Because a lot of people, if you're from Atlanta, you'll claim Atlanta, but really you're from Lato.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we'll include that. All right. So these MCs can be your favorite. They can be the ones that you feel like just are phenomenal. You know what I mean? And we can go back and forth if you think somebody else is trash in comparison, whatever like that, then that's fine. You know what I mean? Granted, let's note that I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, by way of Brooklyn, New York. All right? That means I do have a Southern influence. However, I'm heavily East Coast, New York based. So my objectivity or subjectivity may not be the same as him who was born and bred here. Okay, I do want to put that out there. You know what I mean? Because somebody might be like, "Yo, X, how you gonna put this over this?" And I'm like, "Look, I'm looking at strictly the music and the bars. Okay, I'm not looking at the hits or how it make you feel or whatever like that. Which may be more apple of the goal. I don't know. You know what I mean? We'll see. All right.
All right.
So B, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh man.
All right.
Okay.
With your top 5 MCs, do you want to just do from here or do you want to do greatest?
Let's do greatest.
Okay.
Because I might have a tough time doing like right now.
I was too, so I'm glad you put that. So let's go. Top 5. Top 5.
All right. I'm not gonna dishonor them by separating them, so I'm gonna say Outkast.
Okay.
And all this is no particular order. Outkast,
Okay.
Deontay Hitchcock. Let's get that out the way.
Okay. Okay.
T.I.
Okay.
Ludacris. Young Thug. Man. Yep, I had to do it. I had to. I know I'm leaving out Jeezy. I know I'm leaving out Gucci. I know I'm leaving out Earth Gang, Jid. And these are definitely people who I love to put in. But, yeah, I'm going to stick with them 5. And I have reasons for each of them. But, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I was with you. I was like, I was with you.
That's why I saved it for last.
I was with you.
I saved it for last.
Until you brought up Young Thug. How, son? How?
How Thug?
How? The man is trash. How?
Man,
I'm not.
That's crazy.
Let's get this one thing straight, right? Thug has contributed to Atlanta culture, Atlanta music. He's on he's on everybody's track. He's doing a great job for himself. Whatever,
Yeah.
like sure, you know what I mean. And if I call your music trash, I really don't mean no disrespect, but just in my opinion, you know what I'm saying. Hardly can understand what the man's saying,
Right.
and maybe he's just not my cup of tea. I can admit that. Maybe he's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a few joints, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like his feature on What About the Money. You know what I mean? I like the London, not necessarily about for Thug's participation, but the London is a good track. You know what I mean? Other than that, I'm like, yo, I don't see it. I don't see it. But feel free to please do your due diligence of explaining Thug's participation in your top 5.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that a lot of times when people do groundbreaking and pivotal things, it takes a while for us to realize the genius in being that so ahead of time. Like Kanye gets flack for being this person a lot, for just being so ahead of, and then 6 years later, we're all on it. So when I think about Thug, there's so many Thug children, and Thug being a Wayne child.
I'm about to say.
Thug being a Wayne child, definitely. But and that speaks to Wayne's greatest. If we went greatest MCs, Wayne would definitely be in my like top 2. But when you think about Thug, what I love that he did is he broke the mold of what you had to be a street rapper. And so like a lot of people give him hell about it as far as like, oh, he wears dresses and you know he calls his friends like lover and stuff like that. But the thing is too is that ain't nobody tried this man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They did catch you.
You know what I mean? So it's
I know Thug is not one to be messed with.
You know, and so for me, I think that was so genius. One, from a marketing aspect too. When I watched his Sway in the Morning interview, one of the very dope things about it that I loved was how he broke down his intention of why he said some of the outlandish stuff that he says.
Yeah.
And he was just saying like art is about exaggeration, which it is. And so, you hear some of the stuff he says and it's wild, but it's like that's next level. For him to be, his name is Young Thug, so naturally his character embodies a thug mentality. So he has line like, yo, if I go to jail, I'm gonna hit you down. I don't know if we can cuss on here now, but I'm
good for you.
If I go to jail, I'm gonna fuck you that. And it's like, whoa, that's gay. That's this, that's that. But it's just like to think that, like that is the reason why white people love hip hop so much is because it's so far fetched from their reality. So now that hip hop has become the predominant genre of music, for the first time in history, kudos to hip hop.
Shout out to us.
I feel like it's taking it a whole new level where it's like, yo, you can really be what you want to be now, and that's just from him conceptually and from like the marketing genius he is.
Yeah.
Now, if we want to go musically, Thug's flow and melody. I name a person who has a better flow and melody combined than Thug consistently. I'll wait.
The Migos.
No,
Migos have a better flow.
Negative.
A better flow and melody.
Negative.
All of the Migos songs, and I'm not even that big of a Migos fan. All of the Migos songs are melodic. You sing along with them, and then their cadence is all the same. You know what I'm saying? You feel like Thug has a better. I was gonna give you Jeezy, but Jeezy's songs are not as melodic, but
his flows.
But his flow.
Jesus flows ain't that. Jeezy's flows, nah.
Jeezy's flow ain't what?
It's not that. Jeezy was just talking some real motivational stuff. Like Jeezy, that's my dog. Jeezy got one of my favorite albums of all time, In the Recession. And Thug Motivation 101, I think is the best Atlanta project to ever come out. But
ooh, that's a big
outside of Outkast.
Outkast
is a whole. But as far as take away Outkast,
okay.
Thug Motivation 101, there has not been a single better Atlanta album than that one, in my opinion.
Okay.
But if I'm just talking about flow and melody, nobody is saying Thug. Like Wayne's not saying Thug on that. The Migos are phenomenal flow. I think Migos definitely birthed a lot of children. You know, and everybody took Migos flow. But I mean, I remember because I used to not be a big Thug fan. When Thug first came out, China D was putting me on Thug. I was like, ah. Deontay was putting me on Thug. I was like, ah. And I'll never forget, I had a client and she played me Lil Yachty Cold Like Minnesota remix with Young Thug.
Okay.
Young Thug had the last verse, and my man's comes in with this impeccable flow and melody that switches every 4 bars.
Yeah.
And then he still saying stuff that if he wasn't singing it or even rapping it like that, street niggas would still be like, yo, he talking that talk right now. You know, and I mean, I think Thug is definitely an acquired taste.
Okay.
I will go as far as saying that, but to me, like Thug is like Dave Chappelle said, like your son having like duck grease. You know what I'm saying? It's next level. So like everybody, you know, if I said duck is better than chicken, a lot of people are gonna disagree because a lot of people haven't had enough duck to really be like, you know, they so used to chicken. It's like, nah, man, you taste some of that duck and you really sit with that duck and you really find all the ways you can cook duck. You're gonna be like, I don't know.
So you feel like Thug is that duck?
Yeah.
To Atlanta.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. You know, again, I'm not from Atlanta, guys. A girl Blair is here, and she's totally opposed to my point of view, which is fine. A lot of people are. It's fine. All right. So we got Outkast as a group. So we're not separating them.
Right.
You said Deontay Hitchcock,
of course.
Tip, Luda, and Thug is your 5.
As far as all time.
Greatest of all time out of the 8. Greatest of all time.
And by greatest, I'm not going by like any type of stats. You know what I mean? Obviously, because that would, if I went stats, then we'd have to take Thug and Deontay out.
Right.
But I'm going by ability. I'm going by uniqueness.
Yeah.
And in some cases, maybe influence. But I think even if we take influence out of it for Thug, I'm still going. Just his ability and how unique he is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that top 5. Luda, because I mean, Luda been slept on now, but when Luda first came out,
Luda's a monster. Okay. Yeah. Luda is a problem.
Granted, he started kind of rapping like similar verses towards, you know, but by then he was like 10, 12 years in, so it was, you know, it was different. But Luda's first 2-3 albums was.
You back for the first time?
Crazy. Classic. Chicken and Beer is a classic, you know.
Word of mouth.
All 3 of them is, you know, classic.
Yeah.
Jeezy definitely gets an honorable mention for me because Thug Motivation 101 is, again, I think the best Atlanta project outside of any Outkast project.
Yeah.
Gucci, naturally. And, you know, shout out to Spillage Village, Earth Gang, and Jid. They've definitely been doing their thing. But, yeah, I'm going to stick with that 5.
All right, so we have similar. I'm really, so even internally, I'm like, how do I put this? Because number 1 is definitely going to be Outkast.
Of course.
Definitely. Like, the South got something to say. Like, you know what I mean? You cannot deny them. Number 2, I'm gonna have to give it to Luda.
Okay, yeah.
Luda destroys anybody on their own song, as well as we already said, first 3 albums,
Yeah, crazy.
out of control. Okay, but just like when you get on someone else's song and you completely rip them to shreds, it's like out of control. And I also, I judge you. If I put you in a ring, how are you gonna come out like? And you definitely are.
Yeah, that's facts.
Okay. Next, I have to give it to Tip.
Okay, yeah. King.
Urban Legend in itself
Yeah.
is a classic body of work.
Yeah, absolutely.
No disrespect to I'm Serious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trap music as well.
Trap music.
But them two kind of like really like solidified.
Yeah.
Tip is like, he might just be the king of the South.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
and anyone who has tried to try him on it has been dethroned.
Straight up.
So Tip definitely. So 4 and 5 is where I have the most trouble because I cannot not say Jeezy. I just can't.
I feel that.
I cannot
respect
not
that.
say Jeezy. Like you said, the motivations. Not even trap or die. Let's trap or die in itself. The mixtape that set Jeezy on fire. You know what I mean? Was great. Then you got Thug Motivation 101, which was the soundtrack of our high school days.
Right, absolutely.
And Trap Star, Bottom of the Map,
Yeah.
Go Crazy, like you know what I mean?
Innovation,
Just those the intro.
Yeah, now that whole
You know
album.
what I mean? Just
Best of the album.
the whole album. You know what I mean? Let alone we get into like the Recession.
Yeah.
Then we get to Church in the Street. You know what I mean? His verse, his cadence, his ad-lib. Let's talk about Boys in the Hood. You know what I mean?
Facts.
What he did. That run, the Jeezy run,
It was impeccable.
is impeccable. So I have to he made trapping like not only like sophisticated, but like I might be able to do this. Like Jeezy definitely made us consider like drug dealing like as a plausible option. Like
That's facts.
why not? Jeezy,
Yeah.
if Jeezy can do it, you know what I mean? My president's black, my Lambos. Come on.
Recession was crazy.
Come on. All right. So here's where this is where I get into a debate because I do I'm not that fan. Like I choose Jeezy over Gucci. So you know what I mean? Gucci's definitely not gonna be on my 5, but I have to respect what he did, the work he put in. 2 Chainz, gotta respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I have a hard time because my 5 is debatable because they're both lyricists, and it's really, really hard for me to go and who I like better. Really, it's like who do I like better? So it's Sahai versus Deontay. Now here's the thing, right? It's hard for me because on one hand, it's like I love Deontay. Like, you know what I mean? We've argued this offline. Good is good. You know what I mean? But then there's Sahai. Sahai is he's an animal. Like his metaphor and punchlines are out of freaking control. I feel like Sahai is the best thing that came out of the A since Outkast. You know what I mean? And that might be hard. You know, like I said, I love Luda and Tip and G, but Sahai is just the Black History Project. Let alone No Dope on Sundays. It's just like, whereas, and I might just have to get out to Sahai only because as of right now, Sahai has more bodies of work.
And I go with that.
More bodies of work. You know what I mean? I love Sahai and Deontay. If y'all watch this, I hope we can get a song out of y'all because I think that would be some great lyrical exercise.
And they got the cypher together too.
And the cypher, right? You know what I mean? I think that's dope. So I'm only gonna have to. I only, and I feel bad. I really do, but I have to give it to Saha just because of more bodies of work.
This is what I say though, because I definitely, you can't argue body of work. So
Right.
I mean, time will only tell with that.
Right.
I think when you consider an artist, for me, there's a very important element, and that element is, do I want to be you? Now, when I put Saha and Deontay next to each other, no disrespect to my guy Saha, amazing brother,
Right.
cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying this because Deontay is my,
You are biased though. You have to admit,
I do have
You have to admit
biases.
you're biased, okay?
But
He's
I
a producer.
think even if, I think for me though, I would still take a Earth Gang or a Jid over Saha. Because like when I think about the amount of time Saha has been out,
Fact now, yeah.
now his body of work to me doesn't seem as extensive, because now it's like, I remember I started hearing Saha when I was in like 10th, 11th grade.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that was 12,
Yeah.
13 years
Yeah.
ago now. And, you know, No Church on Sunday is a phenomenal project.
Yeah.
I don't know no other project. And then I mean, he had the Black History Project.
He got Black History, and he got this. He got his other series. It's like Aces or something like that. I forget what. I forget what it's called. But anyway, keep going.
I don't know. When I think of Saha, I think he's a dope lyricist, but I don't think we've ever been able to find out who he is on a personal level to connect.
Now, I will give you that. And
You know?
Deontay is very transparent in giving you, like, this is who I am. This is who I wrestle with. This is what I like. These are my pitfalls. These are my, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I will give you that. I will give you
it's,
that.
it's like the Kanye thing. I think, you know, there's plenty of people who could technically out-rap Kanye.
Yeah.
But Kanye just had a way of being so transparent with his stuff that was like, man, I want to be Kanye.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And those millions of people at that time, especially, who were rapping harder than Kanye.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, I think that ability to make somebody want to be you is a star quality. And, you know, again, no disrespect to Sai, because he's one of... If we're going off just lyricism, then... if we're going off lyricism, I would have to take Jeezy. I put Sai
Facts.
and then Deontay would still fit in.
Yeah.
You know, but if we just going like greatest all around, you know, I don't know. I can't.
And here's the thing: lyricism is high in my ranking.
Right? Yeah,
of things.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's why. That's the only reason why it's like, because I can quote both bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like there's like it's not. I'm not saying like Sai is blowing D out the water.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's a close. It's like I say, even in turn, like I made the decision right now. Like, you know what I mean? Only because I think more bodies of work, not even like success level or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I think if I put them in a ring together, right, Saha is not just going to goddamn dismantle, but I think the punchline, the bars are going to be crazy. Now, here's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to be objective here.
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
trying. I'm not trying to be on some like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like this because D is crazy.
Yeah.
Bars like, you know what I mean, like of
Yeah.
course the car freestyle speak for himself, right?
Yeah.
But I've listened to the intricacies
Yeah.
of like Saha's, like New Africa.
Yeah.
What's that joint on Black History Project? Do it for what's the famous painter? Black
Da Vinci, Michelangelo,
Basquiat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got to be like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If I put you in a battle, right? Who's gonna be the one that's gonna goddamn be like, yo, finish him? Like, you know what I mean? And I think it's gonna be close, but I think if I look at here's where I look at it, right? I think Deontay is a great storyteller. I think that he has punchlines, but they're not as woven into the like wordplay like type thing, like whereas Asai has I feel like more simile, metaphor. I don't know if I've ever heard like a double entendre or a triple entendre type thing. You know what I mean, like that. So that's where I'm like, like I think Deontay is gonna say something that's real.
Yeah.
He gonna say something real, and you be like, don't nobody F with you till everybody F with you. I'm like, and that is real. That is very real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think when I look at Sahai gonna say something that's gonna be like, God dang, like, did you just like compare these two things to this two thing? You know what I mean? Like that. And so I think like I said, it's gonna be a close call. I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not saying that Sahai gonna goddamn blow Deontay out the water.
If you had to choose, right?
If I had to choose one, I just feel like, but you know, we may never see, and I mean, maybe we will see, and we'll be like.
I was about to say, well, I got two, I think, things to say on that, and then I can be done with it. I think one, time is truly gonna tell for these two reasons.
Right.
I think Deontay oftentimes is so clever, very much in like a Jay-Z type of way.
Yeah.
I can go back and listen to some of Jay-Z's albums, and it's a song I've heard a million times, and just get a bar.
Yeah.
Be like, wow. You know what I mean? Just the other day when I was rapping to Blair, one of Deontay's songs, and he was like, Poof mixing up the goose with the hen, got bird bitches on my line because they see me in the coop with my mans.
Yeah.
Wait, mixing up the goose with the hen?
Yeah.
Bird bitches on my line because they see me in the coop. You know what I mean? And just even, like, I feel like he has so many of those type of bars that once you know that he's good for that, you go back and you listen differently.
Facts.
And so I think,
facts.
and so I definitely think Sahai has those as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know that Sahai has those other things that you spoke of Deontay has, which is like real caption quotes.
Yeah.
Which, you know what I mean? Which is why we all love Drake. Drake can give you captions for days.
Fact,
Baby is giving us captions for days. And so I think Tay has that balance between like, I can give you these captions, don't nobody fuck with you till everybody fuck with you.
Yeah.
And then he can also give you the bars. It's like, oh my God. But what I say is, I think that Sahai has 3 albums out, like full length albums.
He has one official album, and then he has like a collection of mixtapes.
Okay, so what I say is, if I'm thinking No Church in the Wild, Black History Project, and then pick your favorite.
No Dope on Sundays.
No Dope on Sundays, that's what I'm thinking.
You said Black History Project, and then, like I said, I forget what the names of those other ones are.
So we'll pick one of the other ones. And those would be 3. We got Good, which was, 2016. We got Better coming up, and then we'll wait for Deontay's 3rd project.
Right, and then
I think with that time,
then we can sit there and say,
and we'll be able to come back and we're gonna say, okay, which 3 projects from both projects? Like, if you had to start your career today, would you rather start your career if somebody was like, Deontay nor Sahai ever existed, and you get to steal their catalog? Which catalog would you rather have represent you?
Fact.
Now I know how I feel about it, also know I'm extremely biased.
Of course you are, and it's okay to be biased. You know what I mean? And like I said, those that don't know, I'm a huge Deontay fan. All right, I go to the shows, I support. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I listen to the album. Better's coming. It's gonna be dope. Okay. So I'm not trying to sound biased, but everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But again, you are extremely biased.
And the thing is, and Sahai and Deontay are actually good friends.
They are.
So it's a very fun debate as well.
Yeah, and so that's why I say like the 5-6 range, like. And I think on any given day, it could switch. Like, you know what I mean? Deontay could get the better of Sahai. He could be at 5, and then, the other day. So, but definitely got to salute those honorable mentions of, like, Gucci. Okay, shout out to Gucci. Shout out to 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Shout out to, you already put Thug. So, shout out to Thug. Shout out to Rich Homie. Shout out to Migos. Definitely shout out to Migos. Who else has been heating the Atlanta streets up? I mean, I feel like everybody's from there near Atlanta. You know what I mean? So, shout out to MC Shadi, even though, shout out to Kilo Ali. Shout out to Lil Jon. You know what I mean? Shout out to the
pioneers.
Shout out to the Young Bloods. Shout out to those who paid Pastor Troy, Scrappy, Trillville, the ones who set the A on fire. JD, shout out to you too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And the Brat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's our top 5. If you disagree with me or B, right, and be like, y'all both sleep, y'all need to be putting on these people, please drop a comment, subscribe, Crowns Up Pod, CROWNSUPPOD. Drop a comment, DM me, let me know. You know what I mean? Pull up on me, be like, yo, listen to this if you think I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a hard critique. It's fine. I just love hip hop a lot. All right, so definitely do that. Definitely, again, if you haven't checked out any of the artists that we've talked about, please go. Especially go look at Deontay Hitchcock, man. don't just judge him on the car freestyles. You know what I mean? Like, go listen to his project. Go listen to Good. Go listen to Just a Sample 1 and 2. Okay, go listen to the SoundCloud drops. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you took them off. You know what I mean? If you took
Some
them
of
off,
them, but a lot of them still on.
yeah, go listen
So
to
much
those
for
joints.
good luck.
Yeah, so much for good luck. Go listen to that. You know what I mean? And when Better drops, go listen to that. All right. B, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Certainly.
You know what I'm saying? If you need, if the people want to get in contact with you, if they need to follow you, if they need to see what you're doing, the work or whatever like that, they want some beats or whatever like that, how they get in contact with you? What they need to do?
On Instagram, Brandon, Brandon Phillips, Phillips, Taylor, Taylor. My Twitter is B Phillips Taylor without the Brandon. And you can reach me throughout the one. My emails on both of those. Yeah. You know,
Bad. As always, this is the podcast bringing you the best in hip hop, faith, and culture. We trying to keep your soul lit and your crown fit. It is Professor X. Make sure you follow me, PROFEZZORX. Shout out to my girl Blair, who's been sitting there giving me the side eye this whole time when I start talking about Deontay. I appreciate you, Blair. Love you. All right, as always, keep your crown fit, your soul lit. Remember, always keep your crowns up. It's X. Love y'all. Be blessed.